Aloha. We're going to do a little quick recap on just the pieces of the instrument, how to utilize the fundamentals, a couple of the different fundamentals and the rudiments of the 40 that we worked on, and then how to utilize this as a practice tool. You don't need the drum set to be able to do this. You can take it all off kit, use it with your sticks to get rhythm as we saw by influencing another foot. Switch that, doing that again. You can even pull it up here to have your foot do your tap, 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 and then the other hand. So all these functions can be moved around. The rudiments that we had been learning should always be practiced in the beginning with the metronome. When we do this, we started off slow, single. The things you want to focus on are that when you're doing your wrist work or your finger work, that you're having your hands in the right location. Finger work, it's going to have your fingers kind of upside down, like this, using just your thumb and not going up and down, always. Those are based off of our flat palm wrist like this, and then doing a downstroke, which is our single. Our idea is, yeah, we can do tap, tap, 2 downstrokes for an 8th note, but what we've been working on is the Muller technique by going, you only do 1 downstroke and get those 2 beats. It also helps to influence. Perfect timing. You're gonna start feeling the weight of the stick and rely on the rebound to be able to get that stick back up without having to exert a lot of energy. Notice how my hand's not going up and down twice. It's just doing the downstroke 1 time. So having spoken about the metronome, a metronome is the best way to keep those beats going and then practice. When we use our rudiments, we would keep a beat. And when we hear music, it generally is represented with having 3 beats at a time. A whole note, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. When you get that 1 beat from the bass or on your hi-hat control, you can either do all of your foot going up and down. It's called flat foot. You can either put your heel on the ground and do just your toe, where you're pulling it up and going down, or you could lift your heel up and do just the toe. Now this is great for beats that go faster. Another fun mechanism is going side to side. It's called a swing gate. I'm not a big fan of that one, so I don't really teach it. However, that is another thing you can look up and do on your own. So if we were to start that beat, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, half of that would be half notes. So let's pick something to do half notes on. Maybe the snare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now both of these are doing whole notes. They're alternating now. If we did both, that would be a 1 and 3, 2 and 4. See how it just speeds up the beat, and then you can just scoot it up and speed it up as many times as you want, but start off super slow. The other idea is to take that and then add in your constant rhythm. And put it on maybe the ride. You can slow it down and then speed it up to the metronome if you really want to make sure you're on the beat, all the while counting in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. When we do fills, that's when you start thinking 8th note, 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 or 2 8th notes, which would be 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. The idea about how to practice those rudiments depends on how you want to hear them, as singles, doubles, tuplets, or triplets, and then 16th notes. After that, we have like quintuplets, septuplets. Then we have a 7 strokes. The idea is it goes on and on from there. So getting a basic beat and doing a fill is a combination of those things. You can move that around anywhere. The basic beat that we did was this one. The fill we did goes in and out of this motion, so we practice it individually. And then on the last one, try a fill. Have fun with your fills, and remember, if you do cross sticking and you have, and you go to hit down here and your stick's over here, you're going to do something called cross sticking, which is why instead of doing a fill like left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, you'd have to come back over here. We would start with right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, and then our hand is in the right position to go over the top. What we don't want to do is play this out with the cymbal here and then want to go down to our second beat here with this hand. Then it blocks us from playing the snare. So all these have their complications. You just practice them slow. The one way we get used to getting rebounds and playing the different notes is to play a consistent beat. So if we were to play this beat, sorry about the loud pedal. Practice rudiments while practicing stamina. Getting your bass to do that for 45 minutes straight just helps you understand where the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can do upbeats, downbeats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Up. What you'll notice is when you work on a groove like, you'll be able to pull it out whenever you want to. It's a tool inside of your tool bag. The other ideas of doing this is to influence your basic beat with double notes. This is like playing polyrhythms. Playing eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. What I was doing there is just simply a combination of those eighth notes and 16th notes to make longer fills. When we do these things, the beats that we worked on were our basic beat. Hi-hat open is called dirty. Hi-hat closed is called crisp, or it's called clean. When we do fills, we can play on our crash or our ride on the shoulder of our stick if need be, but mostly we play the ride cymbal on the bell or the tip right on the flat end. The different genres we worked on were the 4/4 rock and roll. If you go slow, it turns into being able to just play a low groove. You can open the hi-hat and close it for a different type of feeling. You do it every one or every other. See how it dramatically changes the way we're feeling from 4/4 to 2/4? The idea behind that is when we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Get ready for the fill. Da, 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, da, 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 da. You're just gonna work on a bunch of different combinations. All of these have substance depending on what you're doing, and then you learn different rolls and fills from the internet and then apply them on your own time. What I'm doing is giving you the basic beat and a couple genres. That is a basic beat rock. If you do it fast, you have a lot of rock and roll music after 120 beats per minute is what rock and roll generally is. When we take this hi-hat over here, open or close, over to the ride, and keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just because I'm sounding 6 notes rather than 4 doesn't mean it feels any different. We could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. See how the note that the snare is falling on is a little different? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But with the same quarter notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's 4/4. That's rock. Put the snare on 4 and keep that going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. Well, that's exhibiting you could play 6/4. And then you just add a couple different beats in there on your bass kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where we work on each individual part by themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anything you can imagine and do slow, you can do fast. That was the exact same beat, just a little faster. That was more of like a moving groove in 6/4. If we were to do jazz, tap, tap, to tap, tap, to tap, tap, to tap. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you go slow, it's the same thing as going fast. So sometimes jazz and rock and roll meet each other in the middle. The last beat I want to show you how to do is do a basic, like, what is it called? Like a calypso. Has a bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, bass, snare, 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 snare. Idea? When we use this, we can put our stick on the back of the rim of the snare and play bass, snare. That in combination. Hear how the snare is giving a little clunk, clunk, clunk? Well, you can pull that back and just get rolling. This type of pullback, where the stick is pulled back, does some bounces, it's called a drag or a rough. When we do a drag or a rough, we're quite literally putting 2 little eighth notes as ghost notes right before our right hand movement. Then it repeats. It's a little bit different than our flam, because our flam requires a ghost note and then a harder note. So we have, those are flams. So when we have these flams, ghost notes, these are all combinations of rudiments we put together. And we just do them in different timing in order to give the emphasis of feeling and rhythm. And then the last beat that I wanted to show you besides that calypso beat has this. Keep the bass note going, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the snare rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Fun beat, huh? And then the last one I want to show you keeps the ride going and does a 1, 2. So get rid of the ride. We'd have a 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and bass, snare, rest, tom tom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting out quarters just to feel where everything is. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Skip 3 and 8th note. Quarter, quarter. 8th note. Get up for your rights. Oh my goodness, those are the beats. Get up, stand up. Don't give up your fight. But this is definitely a great moving groove. Beatles use it in a song called Ticket to Ride. Check that out. Also, I don't know if I did this with you, but try and flip your stick and get used to like flipping it so you get a little bit more hand and eye coordination. So this beat sounds like this. So that original beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bass on 1, bass, snare, tom, tom. You can even put in an 8th note in between there. Bass, snare, bass, bass, tom, tom, bass, snare, bass, bass, tom, tom. Concept behind this is when you take this off of the kit and you take it off of the sticks, you can still have boom, clack, boom, boom, clack. Boom, clack, boom, boom, clack. So what I would encourage you to do every time you listen to music on the radio or your own personal grooves, just sit down and kind of listen to the groove. Figure out whether if you're hearing the song, like if you're hearing like, I don't know, what would be a random song? I don't know. Led Zeppelin, immigrant song. Bum ba ba dum bum 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 dum ba ba dum bum. It has this boom ba ba da bum ba boom. Bass, bass, snare, bass, bass, boom, boom, ka boom, 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 ba boom, 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 ba boom, 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 ba boom, 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 ba boom, 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 boom. So I'm having 8th note, quarter, 8th note, quarter. So it's basically triple note, bump, bump, triple lit. Over here, our consonant, and over here the offbeat, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Come from the land of the ice and snow. Long story short, I'll put that one in the description in case you want to actually hear that song if you're not familiar with Led Zeppelin. Anywho, counting, metronome, 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 metronome. You can find these for free on Google by just typing in metronome. And then as far as the drum set, you don't need one right now just to practice your rudiments. The last thing I want to leave you on is 40, 80, 120. If you can play Largo, which is basically right here, and you can do singles, then you would speed that up to twice that speed. And then you speed that up to twice that speed. it affects how high you bring your stick back. So if you keep that same beat, now you're subdividing that original metronome beat. And you can even move that up so it's faster. This is what a 32nd note feels like over the top of those quarters. You can even speed it up to 64th notes and see where it falls apart. That's how you know where to ebb and flow. So you try it at 3 different speed levels, and then you try to do it all in one swoop until it falls apart, ebbing and flowing with the rhythm. I'm going to show you what it looks like on our 8th notes, and then I'm going to let you do your thing. And I really hope to see you again. If not, I hope you go online to the Vic Firth website, check out the 40 rudiments, and then purchase yourself a pair of 5/8s, which feel a little bit heavier for you. They're going to give you a little bit more girth and a little bit more rebound. Here we go with the 8th notes. What you'll notice when you go slow, your rebound happens, and you have to actually have pinch the stick so it doesn't actually go down too fast. Meaning, when you start moving this faster, you start to pinch the stick less and give it a little bit more stick wiggle room, you know what I mean? It's gonna look kind of like this. So if we had this beat sped up just a little bit more at our 80, we'd have. Notice I'm trying to do the molar technique. So when we speed that up, you're just letting the stick actually do the work. This, what I'm doing right here, is one of the most important things that you can do for drumming. So when you do speed it up, it retains that double bounce. And that allows you to go faster on here. Anyway, I really enjoyed seeing you, really enjoyed meeting you. I hope our paths cross again. Remember, this is just the beginning of your musical exploration. Try a whole bunch of different teachers and resources as well. If you ever have any questions, give me a buzz. Aloha!